What up, everybody? It's your boy Pyro Slays Music, and today I'm checking out the Velvet Underground. White Light, White Heat. You guys might be familiar with my last video with these guys where I checked out the first album with Nico. I really have come to love that album even more than the first listen. And that being said, I'm kind of curious to see how this sounds without Nico, because I really did like Nico's bits on the first album. Like the stuff that she had in there, it really helped spice things up. And yeah, it added a little bit more of a poppy vibe, but I really enjoyed it. So curious to see what happens without them involved, and but I'm curious to get into more Lou Reed. So let's do it.
Right like going missing up my mind. Elms on your gonna make me go blind. Oh, white heat, tickle me down to my toes. Ooh, let's say, why not have it to the nose? Right like going missing up my brain. Oh, white light is gonna drive me insane. Oh, white heat, tickle me down to my toes. Oh, white light, I said now. I surely do love watch that stuff till it's up there. Watch that side, don't you know gonna be dead and right. Red foxy mama walks down the street. Come upside your head, gonna make your headache on the street. White light moving near, in my brain. White light gonna make you go insane. Oh, white heat, it tickle me down to my toes. Oh, white light, I said now, goodness knows. Oh, white light is lighting up my eyes. Don't you know it fills me up with surprise. Oh, white heat, tickle me down to my toes. Oh, white light, I tell you now, goodness knows it's working. Oh, she surely do me speed. Watch that sweet freak, it's gonna go and make it every week. Oh, split a motor, and front gonna kill a motor. These crumbs, everybody get gonna make me run to it.
Funky there at the end. Ooh. Okay, so it does have some repetition, quite a bit of repetition, which is, whatever for the time, especially. The piano is what I really enjoyed here. It was just really nice. And then I like the grit. The production still sounds like kind of where I want it to be for these guys. I'm not sure if I'm just going to rate this at the end, like based off my initial rating or review or reactions. Jesus. And we'll go from there. I'm not going to do each track because I want a little time to sit with them as we listen on, kind of see how I feel. But so far, not bad. The Gift.
Waldo Jeffers had reached his limit. It was now mid-August, which meant he had been separated from Marcia for more than 2 months. 2 months, and all he had to show were 3 dog-eared letters and 2 very expensive long-distance phone calls. True, when school had ended and she'd returned to Wisconsin and he to Locust, Pennsylvania, she had sworn to maintain a certain fidelity. She would date occasionally, but merely as amusement. But lately, Waldo had begun to worry. He had trouble sleeping at nights, and when he did, he had horrible dreams. He lay awake at night, tossing and turning underneath his pleated quilt protector, tears welling in his eyes as he pictured Marcia, her sworn vows overcome by liquor and the smooth soothings of some Neanderthal, finally submitting to the final caresses of sexual oblivion. It was more than the human mind could bear. Visions of Marcia's faithlessness haunted him. Daytime fantasies of sexual abandon permeated his thoughts. And the thing was, they wouldn't understand how she really was. He, Waldo, alone understood this. He had intuitively grasped every nook and cranny of her psyche. He'd made her smile. She needed him. He wasn't there. The idea came to him on the Thursday before the Mama's parade was scheduled to appear. He just finished mowing and edging the Adelsi's lawn for $1.50, and I checked the mailbox to see if there was at least a word from Marcia. There was nothing but a circular from the Amalgamated Union Company of America inquiring into his own needs. At least they cared enough to write. It was a New York company. You could go anywhere in the Midlands. Then it struck him. He didn't have enough money to go to Wisconsin in the accepted fashion, true. But why not mail himself? It was absurd, you see. He would ship himself parcel post special delivery. The next day, Waldo went to the supermarket to purchase necessary equipment. He bought masking tape for a staple gun and a medium-sized cardboard box just right for a person of his build. He judged that with a minimum of jostling, he could ride quite comfortably. A few air horse and water, and perhaps with night snacks, and it would probably be as good as going tourist. By Friday afternoon, Waldo was sent. He was thoroughly packed, and the post office had agreed to pick him up at 3 o'clock. He'd marked the package fragile, and as he sat curled up inside, resting on the foam rubber cushioning of the thoughtfully figured, he tried to picture the look of awe and happiness on Marcia's face as she opened the door, saw the package, tipped the deliverer, and then opened it to see her Waldo finally there in person. She would kiss him, and then maybe they could see a movie. If he'd only thought of this before. Suddenly, rough hands gripped his package, and he felt himself borne up. He landed with a thud in a truck, and was off. Marcia Bronson had just finished setting her hair. It had been a very rough weekend. She had to remember not to drink like that. Bill had been nice about it, though. After it was over, he said he still respected her, and after all, it was certainly the way of nature. And even though, no, he didn't love her, he did feel an affection for her. And after all, they were grown adults. Oh, and Bill could teach Waldo. But that seemed many years ago. Sheila Klein, her very, very best friend, walked in through the porch screen door and into the kitchen. Oh God, it's absolutely modern outside. I know what you mean. I feel all icky. Marcia tightened the belt on her cotton robe with the silk outer edge. Sheila ran her finger over some salt grains on the kitchen table, licked her finger and made a face. I'm supposed to be taking these salt pills, but she won't have. They make me feel like throwing up. Marcia started to pat herself in the gym, an exercise she'd seen on television. God, don't even talk about that. She got up from the table and went to the sink where she picked up a bottle of pink and blue vitamins. Want one? Supposed to be better than steak, and then attempted to touch her nose. I don't think I'll ever touch a daiquiri again. She gave up and sat down, this time near to the small table that supported the telephone. Maybe Bill will call, she said to Sheila's glass. Sheila nibbled on the food. After last night, I thought maybe you'd be through with him. I know what you mean. My God, he was like an octopus, hands all over the place. She gestured, raising her arms upward in defense. The thing is, after a while, you get tired of fighting with him, you know. And after all, I didn't really do anything Friday and Saturday, so I kind of owed it to him. You know what I mean? She started to scratch. Sheila was giggling with her hand over her mouth. I tell you, I felt the same way. And even after a while, she bent forward and whispered, I wanted to. Now she was laughing very loudly. It was at this point that Mr. Jameson of the Clarence Darrow Post Office rang the doorbell of the large sticker-covered frame house. When Marcia Bronson opened the door, he helped her carry the package in. He had his yellow and his green slips of paper signed and left with a 15-cent tip that Marcia had gotten out of her mother's small beige pocketbook in the den. What do you think it is? Sheila asked. Marcia stood with her arms folded behind her back. She stared at the brown cardboard carton and sat in the middle of the room. I don't know. Inside the package, Waldo quivered with excitement as he listened to the muffled voices. Sheila ran her fingernail over the masking tape that ran down the center of the carton. Why don't you look at the return address and see who it's from? Waldo felt his heart beating. He could feel the vibrating footsteps. It would be soon. Marcia walked around the carton and read the ink-scratched label. Oh, God, it's from Waldo! That schmuck, said Sheila. Waldo trembled with expectation. Well, you might as well open it, said Sheila. Both of them tried to lift the staple flap. Ah, said Marcia. He must have nailed it shut. They tugged on the flap again. My God, you needed power drill to get this thing open. They pulled again. Can't get a grip. They both stood still, breathing heavily. Why don't you get a scissor, said Sheila. Marcia ran into the kitchen, but all she could find was a little sewing scissor. Then she remembered that her father kept a collection of tools in the basement. She ran downstairs, and when she came back up, she had a large sheet metal cutter in her hand. This is the best I could find, she told her friend. Here, you do it. I'm gonna die. She sank into a large fluffy couch and exhaled noisily. Sheila tried to make a slit between the masking tape and the end of the cardboard flap. The blade was too big and there wasn't enough room. God damn this thing, she said, feeling very exasperated. Then smiling, I got an idea. What, said Marcia. Just watch, said Sheila, touching her finger to her head. Inside the package, Waldo was so transfixed with excitement that he barely breathed. His skin fell quickly from the heat, and he could feel his heart beating in his throat. It would be soon. Sheila stood quite upright and walked around to the other side of the package. Then she sank down to her knees, grasped the cutter by both handles, took a deep breath, and plunged the long blade through the middle of the package, through the masking tape, through the cardboard, through the cushioning, and right through the center of Waldo Jeffers' head, which split slightly and caused little rhythmic arcs of red to pulsate gently in the morning sun.
I don't even know what the hell I just listened to. So we had like a monologue, and in this ear, in the left ear, and then in the right ear we had just a guitar doing its thing. And it was really hard for me to concentrate on anything but the voice, though. Like at first I was like, what is this? But then, being forced to like sit here and listen to it, I started like actually getting interested in where this was going. So I guess I don't know what the lesson is here exactly. Don't be a creepy asshole that puts yourself in a package and sends it to someone you kind of like. Also, don't be jealous, I guess. Interesting. I don't know what to think about that one. I don't have any clue. Whoa. That was weird. Lady Godiva's Operation.
Lady Godiva, dressed so demurely, pats the head of another curly-haired boy. Just another toy. Sick with silence, she weeps sincerely, saying words that have oh so clearly been said so long ago. Draperies wrapped in her shoulder. Life has made her that much bolder now that she found out how. Dressed in silk, Latin lace and envy, pride and joy of the latest penny fair, pretty passing care. Hair today now dipped in the water, making love to every poor daughter's son. Isn't it fun? Today propping grace with envy, Lady Godiva appears to see if anyone's there, and hasn't a care. Doctor is coming, the nurse thinks
Sweetly,
turning on the machines that
neatly pump air.
the body lies bare. Shaved and hairless, what once was
Screaming,
now lies silent and
almost sleeping.
the brain must have gone away.
Strapped securely to the white table, beneath the cords, the body to wither and ride.
Underneath the white light,
Doctor rides, knife and package, sees the throat, just so much cabbage.
oh, that must now be cut away.
Now comes the moment of great decision. Doctor is making his first decision.
One goes here,
One goes there.
beneath the tubes leaking, says someone who's sloppy.
Patient, it seems, is not so well sleeping.
Screams an echo of the call. Don't panic, someone give him pentothal instantly. Doctor removes his blade, agingly so from the brain.
By my count of 10, my head won't
Okay, well, so we had drums in this ear, guitar in this ear, vocals in both. And then it would change, like the vocals, like, you know, where they were coming from, which was really interesting. They're playing with that a lot of experimentation with that kind of stuff going on with his album so far. From like The Gift, it had the same thing, vocals and guitars on the other side. So I wonder if this is kind of an album that kind of helped pioneer in that kind of way. I wonder how many older albums did this. Regardless, that was pretty cool. I think that last one, even with the craziness at the end, that one's probably my favorite out of the three we've heard so far. That's the halfway point. So we have a 2-minute song, a 4-minute song, and a 17-minute freaking song. I wonder if the 17-minute song is going to be another monologue, which would be crazy. I don't know. Let's see. Here she comes now.
comes now, now. Here she ever comes now, now. Here she ever comes now, now. Here she ever comes now. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, she's made out of wood. Just look and see. Ever comes now, now, if she 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 ever comes now, oh, it looks so good, oh, she's made out of wood, that's what you see, oh, it's made out of wood, that's what you see. She ever comes now, 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 now. She ever comes now, now, now. She ever comes now, now, now. She ever comes now, 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 now. She ever comes now, now, now. She ever
Got some of that George Thorogood going on right there. Obviously, I know. I know, guys. I know. It's not a chicken and the egg situation. I'm not sure how I feel about that one either. I mean, it was okay. It didn't knock my socks off, but I think it was good enough to be in a playlist for sure. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel like it's lacking a little bit without Nico. A little bit. I'm trying not to judge this compared to the first one, but I'm really struggling. Really struggling. That being said, let's just keep it going. I want to get to the whole thing before I make any kind of judgments. It's obviously not a bad album. It's just, and I know they pushed a lot of, different like conventions and stuff. It's experimental, so it definitely is that. I heard her call my name.
Here comes countdown. Gone, gone, gone. Ready, 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 ready. Got my eyes wide open. It's since I was on Cripple Monday. Got my eyeballs on my knees. Baby walking. I rap for hours with Mad Mary Williams. She said she never understood a word from me because I know that she cares about me. I heard her call my name, and I know she's long dead and gone. Still it ain't the same. When I wake up in this morning, mama, I heard her call my name. I know she's dead and long gone. I heard her call my name, then I felt my mind split open. I rap for hours with Mad Mary Williams. Says she never understood a word from me. Oh, I know she cares about me. I heard her call my name and working it in now. I said that she's a long dead gone. Still, she ain't the same. She's coming on in her. But when I woke up in the morning, mama, I heard her call my name and long gone. I know she's dead and she's long far gone. Still I heard her call my name, and in my mind split open.
hard listen. That was a really hard listen. It's like a representation of madness, if I'm correct here. And at the end, the last lyric he says, and then my mind then my mind split open. And then that shit started, and woo! It made you feel that way too. It gave me anxiety. It made me feel tense. It made me feel frantic. I tried my best to kind of like concentrate on the textures, the sonic textures there, because obviously there's no rhyme or reason for that except for pushing boundaries. Damn, that was a hard listen. Let's let's do this last one here, Sister Ray.
Fucking Sally inside, they cooking for the downpipe. Who's staring at me straight on? Who's busy licking up a big man? I'm searching for my main line. I said I couldn't hit it sideways. I said I couldn't hit it sideways. Or just like Sister Ray said, whip it on. Got back from Carolina. She said she didn't like the weather. They're busy waiting for her sailor, who's big and just a bigger leather. He's just here from Alabama. He wants no way to earn a dollar. I'm searching for my Maynard. I said I couldn't hit it sideways. I couldn't hit it sideways. Oh, just like Sister Ray said, lay it on her. Got his new beat. He cocks and shoots it between 3 and 4. He aims it at the sailor, shoots him down dead on the floor. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Don't you know you'll stain the carpet? Now don't you know you'll stain the carpet? And by the way, it's got $1. Oh no, man, I haven't got the time. Too busy sucking on a ding-dong. Busy sucking on my ding-dong. Oh, she does just like Sister Ray said. I ain't searching for my mainline. I said, couldn't hit it sideways. I couldn't hit it sideways. Oh, just, let's just raise the one. Oh. take me for a ride, ride. Oh, but I haven't got the time. Hey, 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 she's been sucking on my ding-dong. She's busy sucking on my ding-dong. Oh, now you're just like this racing. I'm searching for my main line. I couldn't hit it sideways. I couldn't hit it sideways. Oh, that's just like, oh, 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 just like. Fucking Sally inside, now moving along. Looking for the damn pipe. Who's standing at this way on? Good. Taking up the pig pen. I'm searching on our main line. I couldn't hit it sideways. I couldn't hit it sideways. Just like, oh, just like, good. Just like, just like. Rosie and the train home. They're busy waiting for her booster. She's just back from Carolina. She says she's bound to beat a sailor. I said you haven't got the time. You're busy sucking on my ding-dong. You're busy sucking on my ding-dong. Now just like Sister Reese said, I'm searching for my main line. I said I couldn't hit it sideways. Whip it on me, Jim. 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 Said I couldn't hit it sideways. Oh, do it. Now just like Sister Ray said. I said now Cecil's got his new piece. He cocks and shoots it bang between 3 and 4. at the sailor. He shoots him down dead on the floor. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Don't you know you'll hit the carpet? Don't you know you'll mess the carpet? She hasn't got the time. Busy sucking on the ding-dong. She's busy sucking on the ding-dong. And just like Sister Ray said, I'm searching for my name. cooking till the inside. They're busy cooking for the dummies. You stand in this way on. Busy looking up for pictures. I'm busy searching for my main line. I said I couldn't hit it sideways. I said I couldn't hit it sideways. Now just like. Now just like. Just like and 30 minutes.
We have a lot of drug references here. So I'm going to just throw what I imagine the song's about. And I feel like it's about a drug dealer who's utilizing, either getting high with women and making love with them, or utilizing the drugs as like a power tool to get sex for himself and sell dope. So he's getting money and sex, or something along those lines, trading drugs for sex. We have a lot of references here to searching for my main line. I'm assuming that's like vein. Busy licking up her pig pen. That accordingly, I looked it up because I was like, I have no clue. It pertains to all the split dope on the floor, along with empty syringes, cotton swabs, roaches, glue clotted paper bags. So we're pushing, this is very edgy for its time, and we're pushing a lot of boundaries here, because I doubt talk about drugs was this, it was very open, I doubt. And same with sex. I imagine sex wasn't all something that was out front at this time either. So it's definitely got that underground vibe going with it lyrically. And obviously we have a lot of experimentation in the instrumental. We also there was a part where he was like talking about toes, and I'm assuming that's talking about, he cocks and shoots it between 3 and 4, like between the toes, where they like, so you could hide your scars. Sorry, I'm just reading through this. I definitely don't think this is anywhere as beautiful as Heroin was, like where you had like the feeling and like the rhythm matched. This just felt like very chaotic and frantic. I'm the storytelling was interesting, and man, this album I'm not sure on, guys. I'm kind of let down a little bit, like comparatively to I think I like the first album a lot more. I'm still going to give this a couple more listens, but there's some tracks on here that I'm not going to be able to, like, I heard her call my name. That messed my ears so bad. It was not good. The Gift was very odd as well. I think it's still above average, and I do appreciate the legacy here and the pushing of boundaries, both lyrically, instrumentally. Obviously, there was a lot of sounds there. Let's just put it that way. And most of them gave me anxiety to a very, very high level. It was not the most pleasant album to listen to. And I will be honest, I'm not a masochist. I tend to avoid stuff that makes me uncomfortable listening wise. But at times, it's good to push yourself, right? Try something different. I think though that this one's probably sitting around like I'd probably put it like a 5.4, somewhere around there. Again, that could change on other listens, but I wasn't blown away by any means here. Obviously, I am in the I'm in the minority on album of the year. As you can see, the critics rated this 100. The user score is 84 out of 3,000, so I'm very much in a even Rolling Stone. Holy shit, even Rolling Stone. The perfect moment. Oh, wait, hold on. White light makes vibrant music out of the urban bleakness until it ends up sounding transcendently sweet, captured in the perfect moment when Reed struggles to force the word amphetamine out of his racked throat. So this is probably in the midst of a drug addiction as well, maybe. You guys can let me know in the comments if you know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting it. I'm gonna have to come back to this and give it a spin, see what I think. Definitely, though, I think I enjoyed the first track or the first album more. Let's see what most people. Okay, yeah, maybe a little bit. So we have an 87 on the first one, 84. This album is 87. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the fifth one right there. No. People were not a fan of that. Huh. All right. Well, guys, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down below. If you have something that maybe can add to this for me, open my eyes a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, I'm Pyro Slaves Music. That was a 5.4. White light, white heat, underground, the Velvet Underground. Jeez. I said Velvet Revolver. Ah! Peace out, y'all.